With over 1 million apps out there, not every one of them is worth your time or your money. But let's find out where excellence lies. What do we catch, and what do we release when we go hunting with an app trap? Hey everybody, Macktion here, and today's game is an RPG history lesson. I'm serious. Because Evoland's gimmick is that of progressing much like the RPG genre has progressed over time. Everything from controls to music progresses as you move forward. A virtual D-pad gives way to a virtual analog joystick. One-hit KOs on your hero change to hearts. No story evolves to a story? If you've experienced the almighty RPG predecessors, you will smile as you recognize the mechanic changes. But if you don't have the same nostalgic memories, these may just come off feeling a little bit like gimmicks. There is quite a bit of good humor in this game. Item names, references, there's even a card game that's a dead ringer for Triple Triad from Final Fantasy VIII. The attitude of NPCs towards children, and the tongue-in-cheek presentation of forced decisions. Evoland is not a new game, it's been around for quite some time. Created during a game jam, that's a challenge where you have to design a game from scratch in a defined amount of time, released on the PC as a fully crafted game later on, and yesterday was its release on Android. Sadly, Evoland does suffer from some control issues. It's not an issue so much until you need precision in some of the dungeons, and then it starts to build up rage rather quickly. The problem is the size and fixed nature of the buttons. Attempting to stop requires the virtual joystick to be in a neutral position. Often you will try moving back to a neutral position and overshoot, falling into lava. This means that lifting your finger off the screen is the best way for you to stop. But once you try and start again, you're probably going to overshoot your positioning and move in the wrong direction because of the relative sizes of your contact point and the virtual joystick. So be prepared for rage. The issue also arises when you try and reach for the attack button. Ooh, sorry Mac, just outside of the button. I think that this is the game's weakest attribute and could be easily solved by employing a set of controls that adjust much like the Android port of Final Fantasy III. The pacing of Evoland is also cause for comment. While the changes and evolution come rather quickly at the beginning of the game, as it progresses they mostly begin to just change in terms of graphics. This may be unintentional and evidence of the game maker running out of ideas, or, and forgive my presumption, perhaps it's meant as a greater criticism of the lack of innovation within RPGs in recent times. Either way, it is something that you will notice during the first hour or so of play. All of this taken together, I kept Evoland and did not hit the refund button. It was well worth my money at $4.99. Even with the rage-inducing controls, the nostalgia was really enough to keep me going. That being said, I imagine that without the nostalgia, it might not be sufficient to keep you happy with your purchase. Now, if you need a little bit more experience with the game, I've uploaded an hour and a half of gameplay for you to see. Link in the description below. Again, I think Evoland is definitely worth your time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and if you have, a comment or a like goes a long way. Clicking on any of the videos will take you to a corresponding playlist for conventions, reviews, tutorials, and even Android games. And be sure to be subscribed so that you will be notified of new videos as they come out. Thanks again, and I'll see you around.